Valentine's Day had just passed, and Homer had bought a large number of discounted gifts for his colleagues, and of course, he hadn't forgotten you, the somewhat suspicious Iranian co-worker. "Just call me Danny." As Homer turned around, he discovered Professor Frink drunk and asleep in the workshop, so he went over to wake him. The professor was deeply upset because he hadn't managed to attract anyone on Valentine's Day. Homer remarked, "I have plenty of experience dealing with women. Matters of the heart require a trial-and-error approach." He went on, "Take anniversaries, for example. At first, I could never remember them. Then, when I finally did, it was already too late. In the end, I just had Lisa help me keep track." "The trial-and-error method you're talking about isn't exactly scientific," the professor retorted. "I will use science to uncover the secrets of attraction." And so, he began developing a love potion. But Homer argued, "Men and women falling in love isn't about science, it's about chemistry." To which the professor firmly replied, "That still falls under science." The scene shifted to the Springfield Institute of Technology, where Professor Frink posed one question to a wide range of women across different fields. "What do you find most attractive in a man?" Some answered that they liked tall men, while others mentioned blue eyes. Inspired, the professor began his transformation, first switching to contact lenses, then putting on elevator shoes. Now it was time for the experiment. The professor flipped a switch, and a sleek, human-like robot designed to look like a beautiful woman approached. "Do you find me attractive?" he asked. "Sorry, not feeling it," the robot replied mechanically. "Such is fate," the professor sighed. "When I write the program for this robot, I would simply say." Devastated, he lamented, "Why am I always overlooked?" Homer exclaimed loudly, "Perhaps it's because your voice isn't pleasant enough?" Offended, the professor shot back, "What's wrong with my voice? It's full of emotion and cadence." Just then, the robot walked over and abruptly slapped him. "Oh my god, it really is the voice," he realized. Determined, the professor quickly developed a voice-altering microchip. Placing it in his mouth, his voice instantly became deep and magnetic. Homer was visibly impressed. Even the robot seemed unable to resist the sudden allure. Now it was time for real-world testing. "Any suggestions?" the professor asked. "We could check out a yoga class. There are plenty of attractive women there," Homer suggested. They arrived at the yoga studio, but Homer hesitated. "I'll wait outside. The women in there might make me lose my self-control," he admitted. Equipped with the voice modulator, the professor went in, laid out his mat, and overheard a woman nearby complaining about constantly encountering guys who came only to hit on women. Putting his research to use, Professor Frink smoothly analyzed aspects of her romantic history. Combined with his newly captivating voice, the woman was instantly won over, so much so that she proactively entered her number into his phone. When he left, a group of women saw him off enthusiastically. He proudly told Homer he had collected every woman's number. Homer congratulated him but added, "Still, if I get home too late, Marge might be mad. Can you lend me one of those voice chips?" "Of course, I've got plenty," the professor replied. By the time Homer returned, Marge was already asleep, but she woke almost immediately. "Where have you been? Do you know how worried I was?" "I don't want to hear any of your ridiculously stupid lies," she said sternly. Using the voice modulator, Homer replied in a deep, magnetic tone, "Marge, my darling, you're like a perfectly seared pork chop smothered in gravy, and I'm the ketchup that brings it all together." Marge was utterly mesmerized.